Kaelen's kiss was an explosion. It wasn't soft or tentative, it was a branding. His mouth devoured mine with a desperation that bordered on violence, but more than the physical sensation of his rough stubble and hot tongue, there was the magic. As our lips connected, a torrent of liquid fire poured from him into me. It didn't burn, it filled. It rushed into the cold, empty spaces of my mind where images should have been. I didn't see the fire, I became it. I felt the crackle of combustion in my fingertips, the roar of an inferno in my blood. I moaned into his mouth, my hands tangling in his robes, pulling him closer. The hunger in my belly roared in triumph, feeding on his immense power. Behind me, Rise didn't wait. He wove his fingers into my hair, tilting my head back as Kaelen moved to my jaw, biting down on the sensitive cord of my neck. Rise took my mouth next, and where Kaelen was fire, Rise was a hallucinogenic storm. His magic tasted like champagne and ozone, sparkling and dizzying. The door buckled with a deafening screech. "Focus on us," Kaelen commanded, his voice ragged against my skin. "Don't look at the door, feel us, anchor yourself." I squeezed my eyes shut, I didn't need to see. My world had always been darkness, but now that darkness was alive. I could feel Kaelen's sturdy, protective presence like a granite mountain in my mind. I could feel Rise's fluid, chaotic energy winding around it like a vine. And they could feel me. "She is an abyss," Kaelen's voice echoed in my head, not spoken but thought, endless. "She is beautiful," Rise's thought replied, feeling like a caress, a blank canvas craving paint. The bond snapped into place with the force of a whip crack. A golden thread tied my heart to Kaelen S., a silver one tied me to Rise. The agonizing hunger in my gut settled into a low, steady hum. I was no longer empty, I was full of them. The door exploded inward. Shards of wood and iron flew across the room. Rise spun me around, shielding me with his body, while Kaelen stepped in front, a wall of rage. 3 figures in white robes stood in the doorway, Inquisitors. Their faces were covered by porcelain masks. "Surrender the anomaly," the lead Inquisitor droned. He raised a staff, the tip glowing with lethal green light. "Over my dead body," Kaelen growled. He raised his hands to summon a firewall, but he stumbled. He was drained, I had taken too much. "Kaelen," I screamed. The Inquisitor fired. A beam of green necrosis shot toward Kaelen's chest. "No." I didn't think, I didn't visualize, I just reacted. I shoved past Rise, diving in front of Kaelen. I didn't try to block the spell, I reached out and grabbed it. My hand closed around the beam of light. For a second the room went silent. The green light hit my palm and stopped. It didn't explode. It swirled, spiraling down into my skin, sucked into the vacuum of my aphantasia. It tasted foul, like rotting meat and copper, but my void devoured it all the same. The Inquisitor faltered, stepping back. Impossible. I stood there gasping, my hand still outstretched. Smoke curled from my fingers. I looked back at Kaelen and Rise. They were staring at me with a mix of awe and terror. "She ate a death curse," Rise whispered. But the meal was too heavy. The foul magic roiled in my stomach. I fell to my knees, gagging. "Get her," the Inquisitor shouted. "She's overloaded." "Rise, get her out," Kaelen roared, summoning the last of his strength to conjure a physical wall of stone. No magic, just earth moved by sheer will. Rise scooped me up into his arms. "Hold on, Elara." "Kaelen," I wheezed, my vision blurring, not from imagination but from consciousness fading. "He'll follow," Rise promised, sprinting toward a hidden panel in the back of the sanctum. "But right now, you're a bomb, and we need to get you to open ground before you detonate." The stone wall shattered behind us. I felt Kaelen's pain through the bond, a sharp, stabbing sensation in my side. He was hurt. "He's hurt," I cried, thrashing in Rise's arms. "I know," Rise gritted out, kicking the secret door open. We spilled out into the cool night air of the Academy gardens. "But if we stay, they kill us all. We need to run." I looked back at the spire. A plume of smoke was rising from Kaelen's window. The bond hummed with his rage, but it was growing fainter, like a radio signal losing power. "We can't leave him," I sobbed. Rise set me down on the grass, his hands cupping my face. His kaleidoscopic eyes were frantic. "Elara, listen to me. Kaelen is the strongest mage in a generation. He can buy time, but you are the prize. If they take you, they will dissect you. Do you understand? I nodded, tears streaming down my face. Good, Rise kissed my forehead, a quick, desperate seal. Now we run. But as we turned to the tree line, shadows detached themselves from the darkness. More white robes, we were surrounded.
Want to keep the flame ignited without having to wait for the next part? You can find the full, tantalizing tale on our main page. See the link in the description.